So have this different generation of philanthro-capitalists, misanthro-capitalists, but wealthy people playing through politics actually had a bigger influence than the philanthro-capitalists like Bill Gates?
I go back to 2012, and I was at the Giving Pledge, and I was introduced to a series of billionaires that had just signed the Giving Pledge, including Warren Buffett and Steve Case and Nicholas Berggruen. But the other one was Elon Musk, which many people are surprised to hear because they think Elon never signed the Giving Pledge. He's never been a philanthropist. But we spoke, and he was passionate about climate change and going to Mars. One of my conundrums as I look at him now is that if you were to take the view that he is an idealistic person but has gone into some dark view of what change should look like, he was very involved in this notion of effective altruism and particularly long-termism, a sort of sect of effective altruism, which basically believes you should weight all future generations equally with today's generation. His view would be it's great philanthropy to create an alternative world that we can live on for humanity, so humanity becomes not a one-planet species but a multi-planet species, and then that's brilliant philanthropy, and that hence the need to do space and Mars and so forth. And he's also taken very strong views on how artificial intelligence presents an existential threat to humanity, and therefore he's engaging in that. I think one of our frustrations with these philanthro-capitalists has been they didn't take big enough risks. But you can't accuse Elon of not being willing to throw large amounts of money at it. In this particular case, winning the election for his candidate and then going into government and trying to change it, however disastrously he went about that. So in some ways, I feel like he is the philanthro-capitalist that got away. If only he'd not been so idiotic in his view of government, in my view, for such in a way, an amazing entrepreneur to take the view of let's just go in and smash the thing up and see what we can put in its place. Plus all what's turned out to be a bunch of extreme right-wing views and his determination to foment all sorts of division and polarization around the world. I think it's hard to put him in the positive side of what we had in mind when we thought about philanthro-capitalism. But there are lessons there. Why didn't more of them deploy more money and bolder bets? Why didn't they try and get more involved in shaping politics? Because ultimately these things that need to be done, tackling climate change can't be done by private philanthropy alone. It has to be through concerted government action.